is a better team right now. But I'm going to still go with Fnatic this game, actually.
All right, I'm going to piggyback on that. I wholeheartedly agree with you. I think this Fnatic draft has a lot to offer. I think they're going to make Tusk look good. Some good team fight, big follow-up damage. I think they've just got the better late game. I'm very excited to see how this mid lane goes with QOPL, see if he lives up to the reputation he set for himself. Once again, we're going to have Annie and Purge take it away for our final game in our first series today. This is the decider. Winner moves on to the grand finals. Loser going home, 4th place.
All right, thank you very much, Sayori. Like you mentioned, all down to this, a best of 3, now down to this one game. There's going to be a smoke right up. So, Purge, PL, opinions, man?
I think it's a really good PL pick. Doppelganger is a super good ability in terms of debuffing and dodging. Even if he gets hit by the dagger from Queen of Pain, he can still use Doppelganger to remove it, so basically offsetting all the damage. He can also... actually, I don't know if you can Doppelganger through Frostbite anymore. You might not be able to, unlike previous, but I think it's going to make it very difficult for PL to get killed in the early game, and I think that could give them a really big advantage. Because, you know, Kyo dies like 3 times every time.
So, a little Clockwork could be in some trouble. Mugi's going to be coming forward to try to zone, and they won't find the kill there. But, yeah, back to the matchup here. I mean, we saw Kyo as PL be phenomenally successful against an Invoker. How's the raw matchup just in a vacuum against the Quap?
It's actually quite good, just because you can get a point in Phantom Rush, and you can charge at the Quap and start hitting her. Her armor is very weak early, and because you can dodge Doppelganger, or you can Doppelganger the dagger, I think he's going to be able to do very well. Maybe there's some worry with Scream of Pain, but he can spam Spirit Lances very inexpensively, relatively inexpensively. It's a pretty good nuke, and hopefully zone the Quap and get a good amount of last hits. His base damage is also insane right now, 69 plus 2 with the items he has, so he can probably deny a lot of the creeps as well.
Yeah, SCCC, one of his best heroes, the Queen of Pain, but QO no stranger to that PL, so we're going to see the best of the best here. Again, both of these teams' tournament lives hang in the balance. Other matchups here down in the safe lane, just going to be Faith on that Crystal Maiden once again, and Luna. I mean, how do you feel about the Luna here? It's a fun pick with that CM, like they mentioned, the mana pool going to be filling her up so she can just keep spamming out the Lucent Beams. Is it enough?
It's a little rough. I mean, their dual lane will be better because CM has weak base damage, and Lunar Blessing will help, but the issue mostly is that PL Illusions are going to tank a lot of Eclipse shots, and even eating up Moonglaves will be pretty good, I think, for QO on the Phantom Lancer. So, I don't know, we'll see how it works out. It can definitely help a lot against like Troll and stuff like that, but I think the PL was such a good pick this game.
Yeah, it's definitely Fnatic's go-to comeback strat. Now, the second time they've won the first game, dropped the second game, and then come back and pick the PL in the third, so we'll see if Fnatic can take it home here. Now, Queen of Pain already having some difficulty in this matchup. The Tusk with those Ice Shards making it difficult for her, and again, she did go for the first point into the Shadow Strike, so Blink gonna be available now. And
I think Febby's sitting back waiting for the Blink.
Yep.
Because if she blinks away, then he can Ice Shards and probably gap close, so he will be within range of experience now. If he gets 2, it's a guaranteed kill if she blinks away. Maybe just looking for good opportunities, though.
Yep, he's I mean, Kyo is just feeling super comfortable here. Deny comes out from SCCC. Now, Courier walks his way through, but Febby's going to keep his eyes on the prize. They're pinging this out. They want to go for the Ice Shards. Blink, though. Going to be a little aggressive there. One slap onto Febby.
Was that a self deny?
Hmm?
Looks like that was a self deny, I think. I didn't check. So Courier just came, obviously brought her something. I think it was a self, and it got interrupted, so her HP advantages further minimized. He's almost got his bottle finished. Once he gets that, I think he's going to have a really good spot. Quap is normally more mobile and able to get runes, though. So usually Quap can ensure that she gets all the bottles, whereas Phantom Lancer won't be able to. And that's kind of true as well, because he doesn't have any AoE on his hero on PL. So Quap should have an advantage there, too. But at least the laning stage is going all 12 and 7. That's a bit of an advantage over 4 and 3 Queen of Pain.
Yeah, Queen of Pain having a rough time here. I mean, she's going to be going in, spraying out the dagger, but like you mentioned, just the Doppelganger being used, and, well, suddenly not an issue anymore. QO, though, low mana, low health, does have that healing salve, but the mana going to be an issue. It means no more spamming Spirit Lances onto SCCC, and she'll get a little bit of time to catch up in terms of farm.
So in the meantime, Ohio's trying to get some levels. Level 2 for him right now. See him just kind of like jungling the large camp and slowly getting a bit of advantage for herself. Boots up for her. So basically Legion, no boots, same speed as Crystal Maiden now with boots.
Yeah.
Another bad disadvantage to be in.
Just such a snail. She's trying so hard, but maybe we'll see her movement speed further nerfed. Up in this top lane, just going to be our solo Batrider here, but Ajit getting a lot out of the lane, picked himself up 8 last hits, and now Batrider forced back the aggressive Shadow Word, doing him some damage, and he doesn't have any more regen.
The Bat's been doing really well, actually. He's matching the Troll Warlord, just because the level 1 Troll is fairly bad at laning and certainly is vulnerable to Batrider chasing him down, so he's been able to just kind of zone him a lot.
Ooh. Down in the bottom lane.
Totally missed.
Yeah, Febby just made that rotation down and all of a sudden dropped the ice shards, blew up the Crystal Maiden. I mean, she is really fragile, especially at the early levels. And Moogie left to his own devices here.
Yeah, she's so screwed when you snowball in like that.
Oh, geez.
An SCC kill, that is huge. Huge for kill. The
Pretty
spamming.
far back. Quap jumped way behind the tower, but PL just keeping right up with her. Now down here in the jungle, there is going to be a Cogs catch. They do lock down the Tusk, and it looks like Febby will go down here. He pays for his earlier kill, but still able to soak in the XP, and her Tusk is already almost level 3.
It's pretty good for him. Still a good turn of events for Fnatic there, especially the mid kill is a big one. This is, I think, Kyo's first time that he got a kill before dying in his lane, so he's got to be happy.
Yeah, definitely feeling good about this. I mean, his strength in the PL shows here. Even solo, even without any help, still able to go and find that. And we may see Tusk rotate back in, we may not. Down on the bottom, it's just going to be Ohio sitting back and looking for a raindrop. Should help some of the magical nuke.
Moogie's still last hitting pretty well. Level 4 for him. It's the top last hitter in the game. Following closely by is PL. And Batrider's got to play a little more careful now, maybe. But his last hits are also pretty good, about to get a creep wave, so just kind of difficult for Ajit to impact this lane in a good way. And DJ, I'm a little worried having him on Warlocks. I feel like he's such a good playmaker, but Warlock's not really that kind of hero. Very passive, caster spells.
He'll get to make a play once every 170 seconds.
I mean, there's other skills. You got up people too.
Yeah. QO,
Maybe
double
he'll
damage. Ooh, this is not looking good for the Queen of Pain. She blinks back. There is a snowball to follow up, though. Kaka going to be rolled right on through. SCCC in some trouble. Mana burned down, but she does end up getting killed. QO trapped under tower here, and he's fresh out of mana. He's going to go down fighting, but does lose his life, so mid laner for mid laner. In the end, PL still feeling good about that. He soaked in the XP.
Yeah, Clockwork in a really good place for that, too. Pop Self, going to full heal. It's going to look for Febby, but Febby with this ward here, there's no way he gets caught.
Up in the top lane, Batrider just flying through. Like you mentioned, KP's farm is pretty nice here for the off lane. Bat 16 and 3. Is he giving enough pressure to the Troll Warlord, though? It seems like Troll's still having a pretty nice time. Ooh,
that's a dead
DJ.
Warlock, 100%.
Oh, God.
It's Warlock,
So
what do you do?
Shadow
Just got a
Word.
little outplayed there by
Pray for the
KP.
best.
KP just fishing for the kill long enough, and Warlock feeling like bad left for sure. He probably expected for him to go for the bounty rune, so that's why he started walking out a bit, but a little greedy by him either way. Troll-wise, like at some point you can't really pressure him as well, because Troll could maybe just kill you, for example. Ooh, this looks a little bad.
Yeah, Kaka going in deep here. They're going to bring KP forward. Flame Break to keep him stuck in the cogs. The Whirling Axe is coming in on Jit. Will be able to make it back to safety. And now, potentially Kaka in trouble. Frostbite comes in from Faith. It's just going to be a stalemate here. 5 stacks of Napalm on that Troll, but they just can't get close enough with the bat.
They actually almost were able to kill one of those heroes, but I think one of the battery assaults caught DJ and interrupted his upheaval channel, so it's unfortunate. Does get the D ward over by the bounty runes, so another observer ward placed in the lane this time. That one's less likely to be grabbed, so a lot of pressure coming towards the Troll Warlord right now. It seems like they don't expect they're going to be able to deal with Phantom Lancer very well, so maybe they go for the Troll instead, since his disable is weak early and he's definitely punishable.
Yeah, right now, just trying to keep him unlocked the best they can, and I mean, QO, he's been doing pretty good. SCCC still struggling a little bit in terms of last hits, but has made up a lot of ground since the first couple of waves.
He has, yeah, and he's just going to go do some jungling here. Not nearly as good as Alina is. Mana pool's not as good, the nuke isn't as effective, but jungling not bad to do. He's actually delaying his boots of speed as well and hasn't yet picked up a bottle, actually. Curious build for the Quap.
Yeah, just prioritizing the magic stick healing, I guess. Trying to make sure he's not going to get spells spammed on him. How is Quap going to itemize this game differently than usual against a PL?
PL, he's going to Veil. That's one good way to get some advantage. You can clear the illusions a little faster. He might need some kind of armor item, perhaps. So kill on the bot lane. Have you been as effective with catching every kill as I have this game? Because I have not caught a lot.
I'm like 5 out of 7. I'm not doing so great.
Well, that's better than me. I've caught like 3 or something. That's what it feels
Yeah, they're sneaky. Febby just goes and bursts you down before there's any sort of hint of initiation. So probably catching Newbee as off guard as we're cutting. So rotation in.
Hero
Faith.
spots Faith.
Yeah.
That's a dead hero.
Oh god, she's like a
He's
3
not even
shot.
using his DD. Oh my god.
Doesn't need it, man. It's too
That
easy
was
now.
just so easy.
Febby maybe trying to force the blink here. Maybe trying to even bait the Queen of Pain in, but she'll be able to go and live here.
Poor the low raindrops.
Yep.
Is he gonna go BOTs first? He is? Okay. I actually like this build a lot. Generally PL's a lot of issues in some cases, which is why he's Ajep gonna die top probably.
Yep, got those couple stacks of napalm. They bring him back into the fire. DJ trying to slow everyone down, but now SCCC comes in, and that will be a kill for him. That Queen of Pain rotating and is going to be super successful, so can't win mid against this wad of Phantom Lancers, but takes out the troll. That's super impactful, and now pressure onto this tier 1 tower. It's up to Febby and DJ to defend it.
You know, Warlock just really showing his ineffectiveness against a Batrider. Like he can heal, but it doesn't matter because Batrider does like, you know, infinite is not the right word, but a crap load of damage where it doesn't really ever stop and the heal's never going to offset. You need disables to keep people covered from the Firefly chase to get some space between the hero. That way his Firefly is wasted. But if all you can do is land like upheaval and an axe throw from the Troll Warlord, it's actually such a good matchup for KP, and he's punishing it in all the right ways and getting all the kills he needs.
Yep. 9 minutes into the game, taking a look at our net worth. No surprise, Phantom Lancer on the top of the chart, as he has just been pretty much uncontested in this mid. He had that one death from Tybin a little bit too deep, but easily recoverable. After he goes in for the Boots of Travel, I believe last time we saw his PL, he went straight for the Diffusal Blade. Is that as good of a pick here?
So the problem with the PL is that your hero is really slow, so it's hard to get from camp to farm effectively. And your hero also kind of needs Diffusal Blade to do damage. Before Diffusal, you basically just have Spirit Lance, which is okay, but not amazing. So by buying BOTs, he solves his movement speed problem. He can farm still pretty fast. And when his team fights, he can basically teleport in and be effective using Spirit Lance. So I think it's okay. It's not super expensive. It definitely makes his HP a little bit weak. But considering he has a wand, an Aquila, and a bottle, I think he's going to be doing more weaving in and out of fights to impact them, rather than just buying a Diffusal with the treads and trying to like mana burn in the typical way. So I think it actually works out.
Down in this bottom lane, Luna's been farming up pretty nicely. Going to be second on that net worth chart. Mugi currently unchecked, 0-2 in terms of no deaths, but plenty of assists. Luna going to take a little bit more time before she's active. She's got her level 8, but not finding an opportunity for that Eclipse. And like you mentioned, not really wanting to commit the Eclipse onto QO, as it's just going to be bouncing around to illusions. Now QO potentially in some trouble here as Kaka goes, trying to burn him down. Short range hook shot. Legion Commander goes forward. It looks like they will be able to score a kill onto the Clockwork. Phantom Lancer still alive, and there will be the Golems dumped out. There's DJ having his impact, and Faith just on the run here. Ohio's so low, but staying with it. One more Spirit Lance gets the kill. 3 heroes dead. Now solo ult comes in from SCCC, but DJ just gonna sit there and keep channeling the upheaval. DJ still alive, and it's gonna be 4 dead on Newbee. Triple kill for QO at 11 minutes in. That's a rotation.
This PL pick was so disgusting. Like, you can doppelgang from Frostbite. He got Frostbite, instantly breaks it with doppelganger. Like, CM is so useless this game is what it feels like. There's so many dangerous heroes, and even the duel felt kind of dangerous, but a little bit of upheaval and a little bit of heal, and DJ gets the disable off, and even the Quap commits to a kill that wasn't going to work out well. So BOTs is finished. It's not even 12 minutes yet, and he's going to have this, and he's just going to start farming his Diffusal Blade. And once that's picked up, every single hero in the game kind of dies easy.
It's pretty nasty now. 2 denies come in. Top lane denied, bottom lane denied. Kaka getting a little bit of credit there for the golems, but looks like that Clockwork is not long for this world. Ohio going and snapping up a quick duel victory. That's 2 for him. 20 extra damage now on that Legion Commander, who had a really nice lane here. Didn't feel a whole lot of pressure from the Luna. Her net worth going to be bumping up a little bit. Still a ways to go before she's a true core, but I mean, QO can definitely pick up the slack for his team right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Still has some HP problems, so if he does get initiated
Luna.
on, it could be bad, but
In some trouble here. Mugi needs to stay alive. Casts out the Lucid Beam. One more Spirit Lance. QO is just omnipresent on the map. And gets a big kill on that core. Mega kill streak now for the PL. 7-1. Ooh. Newbee's
Well, it
got-
looks like they're going to be able to maybe kill Tusk. He's going to snowball, dodge a lot of the damage, but
He's going back in. Febby gonna be a playmaker here. SCCC does find that kill. QO burning a little bit low. Jit now out of mana. Does SCCC dive for this? QO's bottling up and he's ready to take this fight. Initiates onto the Batrider into the pit, but now Faith is gonna be going and channeling up an ult. There's gonna be that doppelganger, but Roche is angry. Roche is going and smacking him down, and that will be Faith. This lowly, squishy Crystal Maiden grabbing up 600 gold for the kill.
CM's Revenge Man sitting on the outside. He's out of disables. He's out of jump. At that point, very easy kill. So I guess that's one really good advantage that CM has going for her at this game. She just maxes Nova and Freezing Field, and by doing that, it'll help control the illusions that are up and let his allies know which one is real. And Kyo finally met his match there, fighting way too many heroes at the same time. So nice little engagement there for Newbee. And despite some of their KDAs not being the best games, really equal right now.
Yeah, that was almost a 1,500 net worth swing, and it's touching that even line right now. In fact, a little bit of net worth in favor of Newbee, so really taking out QO is key, but even if QO gets a little bit crippled, Troll Warlord's starting to come online with that full blast. Now Ohio, thinking about that blink, still about 1,000 gold off. So Fnatic have to watch this initiation. They bring in QO, and that's going to be their key in. They go forward. Ohio just going to be taking out this tower. Fortify spent, but you see SCCC going so slow. This upheaval Warlock is having some fun, and now Golem's dropped out. 2 more heroes caught in it. Kaka going down, punched up in the air. Doesn't even live to see the ground. Whew.
All right, everything I said about DJ making plays was a lie. All he did
love
was max
this
upheaval,
build.
and he
No
casted
fatal
it.
bonds.
And then people were like, "Wait, I can't move. What do I do?" And then they all died.
That's
And nobody ever really does this. It's pretty rare. People grab some of people's early, but nobody ever maxes it all the way. And this is actually very valuable to do in some cases, because now they get 2 easy kills. They drop the rock, and they might get 2 towers instantly. Oh, he's going to do it again. Soft cooldown.
Yep, that's the molasses warlock for you. The golem's still up. Now Kaka gonna be coming forward. That's a bold TP. Hookshot in. They finally canceled DJ's upheaval, and DJ will go down. Sonic Wave doing so much work. Ohio gets low, and now another ult from Faith knocks down the Troll Warlord. They've got the lock onto the PL. They get him as well. This is the turnaround they need. It's Febby versus the world, and he's gonna be going looking for that neutral deny, but doesn't find it. Wow, what a turnaround from Newbee.
Yeah, really good fight swing there. The Luna approaching from the right side with the clips made a huge difference there. Really helped out in the damage output. And yeah, they just all ran out of mana. Upheaval was cancelled. They burned all of their cooldowns and things too early, and they lose a big team fight right before they get the tier 2. So way too excited with how well that previous push went there.
They're looking for more here. Kaka, no hook shot for him, but they see this TP in.
TP in the shrine.
Oh yeah, Troll Warlord is he's angry. He's gonna be fighting back. Kaka making some space, preventing reinitiation, but the snowball forward. They want to find this. Ohio still no blink on him. He's got a long walk forward. Febby burning very, very low. Flame broken back into the fight. Takes a negative earn. It looks like that's gonna be too much for him, but the duel comes out onto the Batrider. Another victory for Ohio. So Fnatic, they're not going down clean. They're going to be fighting until the day they drop, and Jit goes right back into the Roche pit, securing those 2 kills. There's enough space for them to take this.
Yeah, it's actually quite easy for them to take Roche with their 3 heroes and the Vlads. All good right clickers, bonus damage. DJ sits on the outside. Doesn't have any spells he can cast right now, but man, if they just don't get here for another 40 seconds, he'll be ready to fight.
Mid lane.
Force staff for him as well. Kind of curious about the Luna build. It's very weird this game. He went Mask Madness with a Ring of Health, and I don't know why.
Force staff?
Oh, big snipe.
Yep, they go in.
And they kill Roche.
Oh my gosh, that is absolutely huge now for Newbee. They just got to take this fight. They can't get dropped here. They find the Troll Warlord, they isolate him, and they will pick him off. Troll dead for 30 seconds. They get DJ as well. Now it's just going to be QO on the run. Can they break this TP? They do. That's a dead Phantom Lancer. All of a sudden, they're getting back in this. Newbee sitting on a fairly sizable net worth lead. Like you mentioned, to start that fight out, they got the Roche kill, and they got the Aegis. Oh, man.
It just took way too long to kill Roche. If they had a medallion there or something like that, that would have been easy, but no medallion for them. Most of their heroes are buying Force Staffs instead because they're worried about the clockwork threat. But if they had 1 medallion, Roche dies faster. They take Roche. They can start playing a normal game. But now 2 team fights in a row. That Fnatic kind of throws a huge advantage that they had back in the hands of their opponents. So
Yeah, net worth.
at least the Aegis got burned, but the gold advantage going to Newbee there. Like, they're up by 6k now. It's insane.
This PL started so strong, but I guess just Is he overestimating himself? Is he playing too cocky, or is it just a natural scaling
The
of the
hero's just
hero?
not that strong yet. Like, he needs at least like Diffusal Blade and HP item.
Ohio in some serious trouble. There's a full Eclipse dropped out immediately, and Febby does not cancel his TP. Gets off a snowball, but he's saying his last words. And moving forward here, but easily killed off. That's a killing spree now for the Batrider, who's getting very close to that Blink Dagger. Another tower secured for Newbee, and they're really getting back into this game. It looked so tough for them. It looked like QO was running them over, but Fnatic can't keep up that momentum.
And there's still no Blink for the Legion Commander, by the way. Like, everything was going so well for Fnatic, but a couple deaths here and there, and he still needs 700 to get his Blink. Now, he's definitely made work of things without it, but they shouldn't be in this position right now. Almost an 8k gold advantage now.
Yep. PL just let himself get caught, and man, that net worth is getting a little crazy. And now we talked about Luna having a slower start. She does finish off that Mask of Madness, like Mott said. Sometimes it's because Lunas are just too far behind. And Force Staff going to be coming out for her soon, just going for the full Hurricane Pike. And Luna.
Ooh, they canceled the TP of Phantom Lancer because he TP'd into a creep accidentally. He probably tried to TP near the tower, but he caught the creep instead. That happened to me recently. It's super frustrating. They actually just lost the tier 2 tower because of that.
These little mistakes starting to add up, and again, this is all on the line. If Fnatic drop this game, they're out of the tournament.
And they're going to TP in.
Going
to do some damage to QO, see if he'll leave, but
looks like he's on the run. He's going to get mad pinged out by the Radiant. The rest of his team is rotating forward. So Fnatic looking to take a big fight here. They've got Troll moving in. Doppelganger spent out. Now QO is fighting, but QO is burning so low. QO in some serious trouble, trying to run back, but he goes down. And now there is going to be a hook shot in. Ohio is going to get dragged back by the lasso. This is huge. There's no duel coming out for the Legion Commander. She still doesn't have her Blink Dagger. And Mugi alive after all of this.
oh my god.
Oh man, what a turnaround.
Yeah, PL tried to trick them, but they didn't fall for it for a second. And if he just ran, he might have lived. It's kind of, I'd have to look at it again, but just the canceled TP into the instant run across the map, like maybe they take that fight otherwise, but just imagine if that TP completed.
Very,
Or
very
they could have
different
defended
game.
their tier 2, maybe Newbee backs off, maybe they go for it. But the whole game should be so much different than it is right now. And it's all kind of stemming from that initial time when they pushed the tier 1 successfully and they kept going on the tier 2. They could have just backed there and continue to play normal and not throwing a big teamfight advantage away. So now they just don't do anything. Until they build Diffusal Blade, PL's damage is bad. Still no Blink on Legion Commander. Like, they're just behind in a lot of ways.
Ohio started strong, got 2 duels right in a row, got really close to the Blink, but then 6 deaths in, she's really struggling. So Fnatic, they overestimated themselves, they were really confident, and they're paying the price. Newbee playing this slow and steady, and I mean, our analysts talked about it. Newbee just the more polished team here. Is this Fnatic just not reading the game right, or is it just, it's tough, man, high level Zota?
Just small mistakes, basically. That's kind of what's been hitting them repeatedly. They see some opportunities, but they don't always execute them well either. So.
Ooh. Hook shot in. Kaka going deep. They bring in SCCCC, and that's going to be Fevy burned back by the cogs. Does get himself back down to the low ground, but they do have to sacrifice the Legion Commander, so now 7 deaths and still no closer to that Blink. She just can't get anywhere. And this tower is going to be toast. There is going to be a TP out from Fevy, not wanting to stay in the wad of damage any longer, but man, it's getting real ugly real fast. You look at this net worth, and it is spiking up almost 15,000 now. And, XP,
and they're already prepping for the split push, too. Newbee's already going towards where Ajit is.
Oh, Troll Warlord in a dangerous situation. Gonna get frozen up. Faith finds some time. Ajit sitting back. They get the lasso. They get the frostbite. This poor Troll's gonna be dropping here. Fnatic, their core is just going down too many times in a row. They're losing too much net worth. Over here near the shrine, there was a kill. Or at least an attempt at a duel from Legion Commander, but she can't find what she's looking for. And QO, is he really gonna jump in here? Looks like he sprays that one Spirit Lance and hopefully not going to get too crazy.
It's a terrible position for Fnatic to be in there. They lost a hero, so instantly the Troll goes to the top lane to split push it out. Newbee reads that, brings exactly how many heroes they need to kill him, and kill him as soon as he gets there.
Ohio.
And they're active again, going on the mid lane.
Yeah, potentially in trouble. They don't have that Batrider lasso, so lacking a little bit of lockdown, they really have to rely on just Crystal Maiden's Frostbite. This Crystal Maiden has been playing so well. We talked earlier about how she could just be food for this PL who hits her like 3 times and she's done, but she's had some really great ultimates, keeping herself out of danger. I like the first item Force Staff now into the Glimmer. She's going to be pretty hard to get a hold of.
Yeah, her ult has been a lot of that, actually, in teamfight impact. She puts herself in a fairly safe place on the outside, channels the ult, and all of a sudden everybody on Fnatic actually has a lot of trouble. Mostly Legion Commander, Troll Warlord, even the PL sometimes if he's already used Doppelganger. So there are times where it's really effective. She still has to worry about like Snowball, maybe the Inferno Golem that could interrupt it, but most of the time those skills are going to be used on more important heroes, and you don't get to see that skill get countered. Scan does spot them though, so they're going to react to this, and they're clumping instantly.
Yeah, it's all a matter of how the initiation goes down. Again, KP with that lasso at the ready. There is going to be the Lincoln Spear onto the bat. Not going to get clipped by the Spirit Lance, and now everyone flying away. It looks like Fnatic still want to take this. They will think better of it. They will back off. Newbee going to pace themselves for now, work on their next round of items before they go full YOLO here, because a big thrown fight, a couple of really important kills, going to good heroes on Fnatic, this can turn back around.
Yeah, it definitely could, but it's looking scary. Like, their ability to even kill Luna, for example, is tough. She's running so fast right now with her Boots of Travel, Mask of Madness, Hurricane Pike build. It's very weird, but it looks pretty decent.
Is that just the pop Eclipse and run at you?
Yeah, basically, Eclipse, Mask of Madness, walk on in is the goal. And you still farm pretty well passively. He obviously delayed things a bit by having brown boots, like Phase or Treads can make you farm a lot faster, but now his mid-game teamfight is way better.
Initiation onto Ohio, they immediately blow up the Legion Commander. It looks like there's a hook shot back in. They want to keep going. Kaka trapping DJ into the cogs. He tries to get himself out, but that's just going to be Quap rotating through. Now there is going to be some serious damage onto Kaka. He will end up going down, but another fantastic ult by Faith. Just hiding in the trees here, and there's nothing that anyone can do about it. And there we see the Eclipse going forward. QO just sitting there and taking it. It's going to be 4 heroes down. Tusk, the only survivor. This tower is toast. And it seems like Newbee, they want to push. They want to break high ground right now. Legion does have buyback, but she's up in 10 seconds, so it's just going to be a window here after the Fortify runs out. And this tier 3 is going to be dropping.
I just hate to say it, but it's not acceptable not to have Blink Dagger at this point, 20 minutes into the game. There's definitely a period of time where Ohio should have possibly backed off and farmed it, and the fact that they don't have it right now makes every single team fight so difficult. So at the least, if you could do like a Blade Mail Blink duel on Bat Rider, Luna, something like that, yeah, maybe they can get a kill if they follow it up with the Golem, but their ability to start fights is just so little right now. Just everything feels tough. I mean, he's got the Blink now, but they just got wrecked. I mean, Shrines are going to fall soon. Full map control going to Newbee. It looks like the beginning to the end. Like, even the PL doesn't look very useful. He killed the Clockwork, but that was about it.
I mean, this push from Newbee isn't going to stop anytime soon. Their Luna really coming online right now. Top of the net worth chart, matching up with the Quap. And these two ladies, they're going to keep on scaling. Fnatic gonna have a tough time, like you mentioned. The Legion just got so crippled, and I mean, Ohio had a relatively good lane, all things considered, but just chain kills, man, it was so brutal. Now this Observer Ward doing some good magic here, scouting out all the rotations in from Fnatic, and it looks like Newbee, they're gonna be huddling up. Do they want to take this?
Yeah, they're thinking about smoking, put a sentry down, does spot the Observer Ward. So it's pretty obvious that they're considering. I don't think they'll go for it right now. They may wait, or maybe they'll still do it. Mind game time, maybe?
Maybe. Roshan's still about a minute and a half till that spawns, so that's going to be a pretty key objective. Do you think we're going to see a big Roche fight out of Fnatic, or are they too scared?
They're going to have to win a fight first, I think, especially with their Shrines being a little threatened here. Obviously, they're still up, but...
Ohio can debut the Blink Dagger this time, gets the jump on the Bat. Bat not going to be the one jumping in for the lasso. Bat Rider does end up going down, kicked into the air. So quick pick there for Fnatic. Still a long ways to go until they're back in this, and meanwhile up top our Queen of Pain just going to be going and slapping some damage onto the tier 3s, maybe potentially forcing back some rotations.
Yeah, even getting that kill took a lot of doing.
Moogie.
They're going to TP back the Troll.
Just going into
Does
town.
have an Orchid.
They TP'd back to defend this tier 3, but I mean Luna, she's just going straight in. Glaive's bouncing around to the tier 4s. Definitely more rotations needed to stop her. She's going to run herself out of danger. Meanwhile, the Queen of Pain still going forward. Odd Shit just unsure how to respond to this. He's going to go Battle Trance out, and Quap just blinks back to safety. So Fnatic effectively controlled in that fight. Yeah, they lost the Bat Rider, but they got some serious damage onto the towers and forced Fnatic back into their base, and this means it's a big opening for the Roche.
I really like that. SCC's sticking around and continuing to pressure a little bit. Couple more hits. Forces more Fnatic players to come over in the threat that they might actually dive and try to kill Ohio. It feels so hard for Fnatic to leave their base even, because SCC's never going to stop pushing, especially now with his Lincolns.
Yeah. I mean, this Quap you could tell was just like, alright, Troll, jump me. I dare you. See what happens. Because aside from a first hit bash, there's not much that could mess up that Quap's day.
And even if he got a first hit, he would need like more bashes afterwards to guarantee kills. He's gone for damage perks as well, or sorry, armor, survivability perks as well. He picked up a Dragon Lance, which honestly isn't the best damage item on Troll. The range increase can be useful, but in a lot of cases you'd rather have like a SNY perhaps. But I think they're just trying to buy value items, stay as far back as possible, and I think Newbee's just gonna outfarm them. Like, look at the net worth barriers. Like,
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Luna and Quap are miles ahead of the next closest. They're almost doubling the next highest on Fnatic,
This
which
poor
was
troll.
PL.
It was so good. What happened? Was it just overconfidence and a couple of big kills? Is that really all it took?
Just 2 bad fights, basically. The fight where they pushed up and died at the tier 2, and then they lost the next fight as well. It's pretty much lost all their tempo, and now they don't feel comfortable leaving the base. So Newbee is just going to put wards inside the base and slightly outside of it, and continue to farm the map. Like, look what's happening. There's 5 Fnatic heroes sitting in the dire side, and the raiding teams just spread out while SEC pressures. Like, he comes top, hits the range barracks once, and Fnatic is reminded that they cannot leave their base. And that just sucks.
Yep, Fnatic
Hard to play.
slowly starving. Is there a timer for Newbee, or is it pretty much indefinitely them looking good unless they make some huge blunders? Ooh, speaking of which, they will go through. They grab up the Legion Commander. This poor girl just gets completely killed off. That's a mega kill streak now for the Luna. And meanwhile, Queen of Pain, I mean, no strategy change for her. Just walks in, pokes the racks, backs off while the rest of her team goes to town. And now this Luna doing so much work against these racks is going to go, gets the Lucent Beam off onto QO, and now QO has to run. Gets immediately healed by the Warlock, and it's time for Fnatic to go. It's now or never, but they've got to initiate without their Legion. Definitely a tough ask there. Now Moogie is going to be low mana. Not enough mana for that Eclipse. Meanwhile, up top, there's going to be the Sonic Wave pumped down. They will get off the Golems. It's some good work being done. The Luna gets low, but again, she does still have Ags. Roll in from Febby, gets the Walrus Punch off, but gives his own life. Crystal Maiden channeling up a hell of an ult as QO has to run to safety. Initiates onto SCCC. The Linken's is broken, but the fire! It burns down PL. He's going to buy right back in. This is Fnatic fighting for their lives in the ZOTAC Cup Masters, but it's not looking like it's going to be enough. The Troll, he's going to be picked off as well. There will be a duel coming forward. Moogie, it doesn't even feel like he's taking damage. The duel victory comes into Ohio. And we'll get the kill there. Buyback from the Warlock. SCCC in trouble. Blinks back down to the low ground. The one little PL illusion not able to do enough. Moogie's still up and fighting. My God, there's going to be that Hurricane Pike out. QO desperately trying to live, but he goes down. There's no buyback on him, and it's looking like it could be GG. Troll drops as well. Ohio, he's just trying to go in, trying to man up, but good game, well played, comes out. We have to say goodbye to Fnatic, but Newbee will be the first team to make their way into the grand finals here in the ZOTAC Cup Masters. Well played, Newbee.
Well, Fnatic did do their best, but they had a great